Janice, myself, and our mum, we went to the doctors for a checkup. And I remember this day so clearly. Like after our checkup, my mum, she told us to wait outside. And after spending some time speaking with the doctor, she came out and she told us that she had been diagnosed with cancer. I mean, being 7 years old, we didn't know what cancer was. We thought it was like, we seriously thought it was like a flu or a cold. And we thought maybe if she rested up and took medicine, that she would get better. But that was obviously not the case, because as we were growing up in high school, getting older, she started to show symptoms of just like her treatment was, the side effects were so drastic. Things like her hair, she used to have really beautiful like long silky hair. She lost all of her hair, and because of the medicine, she would lose weight and she just gain weight and just like bloat and fluctuate so much to the point that her closest friends could not recognize her. That's how bad it was. I mean, eventually the cancer, it spread. It spread like so much. It spread to her knees, and she couldn't like, she's always walking with a limp. And it spread to her eyes, and she was going blind in one eye. It spread to her lungs, and she had lung cancer, she had pneumonia. And she was just really weak. And you can imagine like growing up watching this, it was very, very difficult to spend time at home. We just didn't like it. And I mean, I think that time of our lives was one time where we were really bitter at God. I mean, if people say that God is a good God, and God is a God of love, and He's like so caring and like, you know, it doesn't make sense. How can a good God allow this to happen to our mom? Such a horrible thing. You know, we really didn't understand. We were very bitter at this person called God. The strange thing was, as her body got sicker and sicker, she fell more in love with this God. She would not stop going to church. She was so happy. Her personality started changing. She started wearing this smile, and it would not come off. She would always be happy, always be peaceful about something. And we didn't get it until we went to a church camp. Now we weren't very spiritual or churchy, but we went to this camp in year 9, 15 years old. And I can't really explain in words what happened, but we had an encounter with God. Like He just loved on us. And basically this was a revelation that I had. God saying to me and my sister, I love you. I know you. I know your situation. And I am in control. I'm taking care of you. And then after that, I had this peace in my heart. Both of us were just so comfortable, and we were like, He's a good God. That camp, my dad gave us a call and said, you guys need to come home. Mum's in hospital. And we thought that, you know, because she's always in and out of hospital, she would come out. But when we arrived, things didn't seem right. And the doctor came and said that my mum only had 2 weeks to live. I remember that the few days after we heard the news, we were really we didn't know how to respond. We were just so shocked. I mean, the closest person in your life, you're never going to see her or him again after a certain period of time. It was such a scary thought. And I remember at a time, like just one morning, she woke up in a hospital bed and she called us. She said, Janice, Sonia, come over here. And we sat next to her bedside and we said, what is it, Mum? And she said, no matter what happens, promise me that you will never blame God for what happens. Rejoice. Rejoice. Janice and I looked at each other and we were like, I think she's lost her mind. I mean, how does she expect us to rejoice in a time when she's about to leave us forever? You know, just the pain that would follow. We didn't understand what she meant to rejoice, but she said, don't just rejoice when it's easy to rejoice. Don't just rejoice when everything's going right in your life, but choose to rejoice when it's tough, when there's nothing to celebrate or be happy about. Now, my mum had a CD player next to her bedhead, and she was listening to worship songs, like praise songs. And by this point, her body was shutting down, so basically there was no oxygen travelling to her fingers, so they were getting cold, and we were just massaging them because we knew that one day we wouldn't be able to hold her hands again. And at that moment, when she was finding it hard to breathe, this song came on, and out of nowhere, she raised her hand up high in the air and she started worshipping, just singing praises, and she had a big smile on her face. And we just want to share that song with you. It's a Korean song, so I'm going to translate it to you in English. It says, Lord, here I am. My heart, my body, I give it to you. Use me as I am. Hallelujah. 주님, 내가 여기 있사오니 드리오니 주 받으옵소서. 주님 내가 여기 있사오니 나를 보내소서. 가진 것 모두 다 주께 드리오니 주 받으옵소서. 할렐루야 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 할렐루야. And that was the last song that my mum sang before she went to heaven to be with the Lord. And that was January 2002. And she never got to hear us sing, although she was on that tour to sing. But we know that she's looking down upon us and she's proud of us that we're sharing her story with Singapore, with you guys right now. And so we're so glad that you guys are here to hear our story. Thank you guys so much. It means so much to us.